Hey Racer fans, the basketball season is off and running, and today is the season premiere of the Racer Report with head coach Steve Prohm. Murray State basketball starts right now. Hi folks, and welcome to the season premiere of the Racer Report with head coach Steve Prohm and Murray State men's basketball. Dave Winder with you here in the CFSB Center as the Racers are just coming off a big win Saturday night over Old Dominion 79-72. And Coach, this is our first show of the season, so welcome back. Welcome back. What did you think, your initial thoughts of beating the Monarchs in this building on Saturday night?
Well, anytime I told our guys never underestimate winning. You know, winning's tough at this level against any program, and it's a good win over a very quality and well-coached team, Coach Taylor and Old Dominion. Yeah,
they came in here and battled the Racers very, very well. So let's go ahead and roll the highlights and take a look at it as the Racers, just their second home game of the season, their first home game in about 17 days. So the Racers come out, only the second meeting all time between the Racers and Old Dominion. The first one was when Ron Green was the coach, and the Racers won that one in Puerto Rico back in the early 80s. But starting off here, Coach, Ed Daniel, when his motor is running good, I love to watch him play. He's all over the place.
He's been terrific. He's playing like an all-league player. He's playing like a senior who's been through the fire. He's rebounding at a high level. He's finishing at a high level, and he's got to continue to play like that for us to reach our goals.
Well, we'll talk more about Ed's big night here. Brandon Garrett was 6 for 6 in the game, and when you're getting those kind of shots, that's good.
Yeah, you know, I think Brandon's played, you know, very well. The one biggest thing that I talk to Brandon about right now is, as you see Isaiah hit a 3, but is he's got to rebound the basketball better for us on the defensive end.
Okay, so Cannon hits the 3. The Racers are up early, 13-9. This is part of Isaiah's game that he's worked really hard on over the summer. He's got more than just a three-point game, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's got a good feel. He's really unselfish. He knows when he needs to score, when not, you know, when to just, you know, distribute the ball. And but he's got a floater, a little pull-up jump shot. But 30 points. He was pretty good last night.
Ed Daniel draws the charge. Here's one of the freshmen that you're going to see a lot on the show. C.J. Ford comes in, hits the 3. The Racers are up 18-9. And then Cannon hits one of his 6 threes of the game. He's so dangerous. And, Coach, he just gets squared up so well when he shoots the ball, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's got a great body. He's got great body control, and you know, he can play. You know, biggest thing, again, Isaiah, he's got to buy in and get better on the defensive end. That's where we're going to really need him.
So the dump goes into Garrett. He gets the foul. Racers up 25-18, but then at about the 5-minute mark, Coach, Old Dominion, they went on 11-1 run to cut it down to 2.
Yeah, you know, we just got caught up. You know, we weren't. Transition defense has been an Achilles heel right now. We've got to get better in transition. We were switching screens at times, which we don't do.
We don't usually do that.
We don't do that, and we were giving up too many open shots and too many open threes and second chance opportunities.
Okay, so that was the last bucket of the first half, 32 seconds to go. So the Racers go in 40-35 with the lead. Coach, what did you tell your team at halftime?
That we need to start defending. You know, 35 points was too much. We need to keep people in the 60 to 64 range if we can. And, you know, we want to score 70 to 75 points a game. We know we can score, and I have a good feel for that, but we just got to get better defensively. Ed is drawing charges. They need to feed off Ed's toughness.
Well, right there was a great block, but the ball kind of bounced to Old Dominion. They got the putback here. Cannon I thought it was a shot of the night. He just seemed like he hung in the air forever to make that three-point play.
Yeah, again, great body control, and, you know, great players end up getting those type of bounces.
Stacey Wilson has not shot the ball that well the last couple of games, but right here was a nice little burst, a 3, and then he got a steal and an easy bucket.
Yeah, he made a big shot for us there. The biggest thing with Stacey, he needs to settle down, and shot selection's a big thing for him. He's got to get better with his shot selection because he's very capable of putting up big numbers on the offensive end, and then he's got to take care of the basketball.
A nice layup there. The Racers were up by 3 with 10:30 to go. Now we're going to go to under 9 minutes to go. Murray State was down by 3. Isaiah Cannon urging on his teammates there, hit the 3. It was tied up. And, Coach, I don't know if you know, but there were 7 lead changes in that second half. It was a back-and-forth game.
That's a big play right there. It's an unselfish play. Brandon gets offensive rebound. Best time to get a 3 is off an offensive rebound, and Brandon made a terrific pass to Isaiah.
And then there was a break there as Fields, he's shooting 48% from 3 right now. He's really knocking them down. He's not taking a lot, but he's knocking them down.
No, Dexter's been terrific. Ever since the exhibition and the Brescia game to open up, now he's starting to get his feet wet and getting back to his old self. And he's shooting the ball well and defending. We just got to keep him healthy. He's got bad knees and bad ankles.
Yeah. Well, Cannon hits the 3 there with 2:45 to go. Murray State back up again by 3. Here is something that I don't know I've seen a lot since Ed's been here, and he hit 2 mid-range jumpers last night and just switched them both.
Yeah, he's been big. We executed that play out of a timeout well, and C just hit a good screen, and Ed, kind of got lost in the middle of the zone right there, but he hit that big jump shot on the short corner as well, and that was a big play for us.
Big play there, too, by Garrett as he gets the putback. He had a career-high 13 points in the game. I mentioned he was 6 out of 6. And then Daniel draws his 5th charge of the season already, 5 games in. And the Racers made 4 of 6 free throws the rest of the way, and they win it 79-72 to move to 4-1 on the season. And, Coach, your team made the plays that you had to make down the stretch. And it's your 2 seniors, your 2 seniors that have won so many games coming in. That's Cannon and Daniel. They played terrific.
Well, they did, and Isaiah offensively was special. Ed on both ends of the floor, and they're the fuel. They got to lead us, and they got to be good every single day.
Okay, well, the Racers this week, Coach, will pick up with the Lipscomb game on next week's show. But the Racers are back at home a week from Tuesday against Bethel on December the 4th, and we'll be giving you more games for the Racers as we head up into December, and a lot of big games coming up. So we're going to take our first break here on the Racer Report with head coach Steve Prohm. We'll come back in a moment and review what was a great tournament for the Racers in the Charleston Classic. We'll do that next.
Explora un nuevo mundo.
여러 가지 경험들을 많이 체험하세요.
आइए और अपना जहां खुद बनाइए.
Ichalochen ukusanga.
عالم جدير بالاكتشافات.
Entdecke deine Welt.
Svůj svět do odkrycia.
Dünyanızı keşfedin.
創造你的未來.
Feresve velünk a világot.
Tất cả những điều tốt đẹp nhất đang chờ đón bạn.
Dunia Anda untuk dijelajahi.
探索你的世界.
Murray State University, your world to explore.
Roof Brothers, a Paducah tradition for 100 years. Roof Brothers, locally owned, family run. Roof Brothers, the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits found anywhere. Roof Brothers, service from selecting that special beverage for that special occasion to a keg party at the lake. Roof Brothers, 2 locations to serve you. Roof Brothers, proud supporters of Murray State Athletics.
Hi folks, and welcome back to the season premiere of the Racer Report with head coach Steve Prohm, as we're now into the basketball season, and the Racers 4-1 after the victory Saturday night here at the CFSB Center against Old Dominion. Coach, let's backtrack a little bit because we haven't had a chance to show our fans some of the highlights from the Charleston Classic in Charleston, South Carolina, right before Thanksgiving. Racers go 2-1, and lose the championship game, which we'll get to. But, Coach, starting out with Auburn, and the Racers just come out, and I think it was an 18-4 lead to start the game, and the Racers shot the ball well, they pressured well, and won it 79-59 in a game that was really further out of reach than that. What did you think after that first game?
Well, I was excited. First off, I was just excited about our team's energy and our team's effort on the defensive end. We were pressing the basketball, we were out denying passing lanes, and you know, we were scoring off our defense, and obviously the perimeter guys made a lot of shots. And anytime you can beat an SEC team, that's a great positive for your program.
Well, great start in that game, 27-10 to start. Isaiah Cannon had 26, and Stacy Wilson had 18 as the Racers rolled 79-59. So then we moved to the semifinal game the next night. It's back-to-back nights you're playing, and what a victory over Big East member St. John's, 72-67. You know, I thought maybe the key there was that you had a 13-2 run at the end of the half. They were up by, I think, 14.
Yeah, 33-19.
And that got you right back in the game, didn't it?
Yeah, you know, defensively we weren't locked in. Transition defense, we were giving up a lot of easy baskets. St. John's came out with a lot of energy. They play a 3-2 zone, kind of spread you out. They were scoring off their defense, scoring off our turnovers, getting easy baskets on the other end, and got up 14. And the thing, credit to our guys, is kept their composure. We wanted to get to about 8 or 6 if we could to go in a half. We were fortunate to get it down to 3. And then we dug ourselves a hole again in the second half, but our guys showed great resiliency that night. It
was a lightning quick, I even tweeted that, a lightning strike. It was a 7-0 run in about 45 seconds there. Garrett made a bucket, and then I think it was Wilson maybe hit a 3 or Cannon, and then Fields got a steal at midcourt and scored easy. That was an amazing run right there. Yeah, we can score. That's the one thing. I know we can do that. We've got guys that can make shots, Stacy, Dexter, Isaiah. We got to get Jeffrey Moss back healthy. Ed can score, Brandon can score around the basket. What we need to do is get better in the simple areas and what we want our program to find at, and that's being great defensively. Okay, so that was the semifinal win, 72-67, as the Racers defeated St. John's in their first ever meeting. So now we go to the championship game against Colorado, and it really felt like the winner of that game was going to get ranked because both teams were getting votes going in, and sure enough, Colorado won the game. They were ranked this week. Racers still getting votes, but you ran into a team that was about as defensive-minded as the Racers are. They really beat up on you.
They did. Credit Coach Boyle and his team, his staff and his team. They did a terrific job defensively, but still, we still had enough points, 74 points, that should put us in position to win the game. We got into some foul trouble in the first half. That hurt us. Jeffrey Moss was out. That shortened our bench a little bit even more on the perimeter, and we didn't close the half well. St. John's, we closed the half well. Colorado closed the half well in that game, went in the half up 2, and we kept digging ourselves holes in the second half because we had opportunities, and we just didn't convert.
Well, and still there, Coach, with 8 minutes to go, it was a tie game.
It was, and we got back to 68-65 with a minute or 2 left and had opportunities. We just couldn't get the big stop, and we couldn't stop them, and Booker was really good that night for them.
Yeah, well, still it was a good trip for the Racers, although, as you see, they did fall in the championship game to the Buffaloes 81-74. So the Racers had a great trip to the Charleston Classic. Great to be in that tournament, and I know Coach and everybody with Murray State thankful that they got the invite to be in that event. So we'll take another break here from the CFSB Center on the Racer Report with Steve Prohm. We'll come back in a moment and check out what else is happening around the OVC, and we'll also hear from Isaiah Cannon next.
Roof Brothers, a Paducah tradition for 100 years. Roof Brothers, locally owned, family run. Roof Brothers, the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits found anywhere. Roof Brothers, service from selecting that special beverage for that special occasion to a keg party at the lake. Roof Brothers, 2 locations to serve you. Roof Brothers, proud supporters of Murray State Athletics.
Like the thoroughbreds we are named for, racers are spirited and proud. We have the heart and will to succeed, to go farther, learn more, and embrace wisdom. We are champions who take our place in the Murray State tradition. We are racers.
Welcome back to the Racer Report with head coach Steve Prohm. Dave Winder here at the CFSB Center, where the Racers scored a 79-72 win over Old Dominion on Saturday night. And after the game was over, we got a chance to catch up with that senior extraordinaire, Isaiah Cannon, who scored his 5th 30-point game of his Murray State career.
We always, like you say, we've been through a lot of games. So throughout courses of the game where it might not be looking good for us, we always know that we stay together, do the right things. We always come out on top. So we don't never have any doubt that we're going to win the game, whether we down or up. So we just keep doing the right things, and at the end of the game, if we got more points, we have. Well, the words of Isaiah Cannon is exactly what you would think a senior would say, not because he's just saying it, because he's lived it here. This class is still on track to leave as the all-time winningest class after last season. Senior class set the record at 104. You look at Isaiah up there and Ed Daniel and your other guys, you've got great leadership on this team, don't you?
We do. Ed and Isaiah have been terrific, and we need Stacy and Brandon to continue to get better. And now they're starting to get more game minutes and extended minutes. And Latrez has been terrific in his role, even though he's been through some adversity with his injury. But it starts with Ed and Isaiah. There's no question about that.
Well, let's talk about Isaiah a little bit. And this is our season premiere show here. Isaiah was at all the camps this summer. Of course, Ed was too. And just when you think maybe Isaiah can't improve anymore, I come out and see stuff in the first 5 games he wasn't doing last year. I mean, the kid has a great work ethic.
Yeah, Isaiah's terrific. He's a great character, good student, good ambassador for the university, great in the community, and he can really play.
Yeah.
So he's the perfect recruit, the perfect package, and we're glad to have him. We're going to miss him a ton when he leaves, but he's got a lot more basketball here to play.
Well, he certainly does, and it's going to be great to see him as he finishes up at Murray State and then moves on to whatever's after that. But maybe take us back to when you're an assistant for Billy Kennedy. Can you recall the first time you saw Isaiah play? When was that?
Yeah, we saw him. We started recruiting him the spring of his junior year. We were told that we needed a point guard. We knew we needed an impact point guard in that class, and a guy in Mississippi had told us that the one player you need to – there's a lot of people being hyped up, but the one guy you need to look at is Isaiah Cannon. And Coach saw him first at the All-Star game in the summer, and he was like, that's our guy. We need to try to get him. And then I followed around. I probably saw him play 50 times that summer, everywhere from Orlando, a little bit of everywhere. And then was fortunate to build a good relationship with his family, his mom, his grandmother, his dad. He's got a great family, and he took a chance on us, and it's worked out for both people.
Boy, it has been great. If Isaiah goes the way we think he'll go this season, he has a chance to become just the 6th player at Murray State to get 2,000 points. So he's up, I think, 1477 after Saturday night. So just great stuff from Isaiah Cannon, and all the Racer fans are enjoying watching him play. So we're going to take another break here with head coach Steve Prohm on the Racer Report. When we come back, we'll check out what is happening around the Ohio Valley Conference next.
Like the thoroughbreds we are named for, racers are spirited and proud. We have the heart and will to succeed, to go farther, learn more, and embrace wisdom. We are champions who take our place in the Murray State tradition. We are racers.
Roof Brothers, a Paducah tradition for 100 years. Roof Brothers, locally owned, family run. Roof Brothers, the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits found anywhere. Roof Brothers, service from selecting that special beverage for that special occasion to a keg party at the lake. Roof Brothers, 2 locations to serve you. Roof Brothers, proud supporters of Murray State Athletics.
Hey Racer fans, don't forget to check out the homepage of every Racer fan, and that is GoRacers.com. We've got new videos coming up every day. We usually have a highlight package of each Murray State basketball game that'll go up after the game, plus post-game interviews. Check it all out at GoRacers.com. We're back here at the CFSB Center with head coach Steve Prohm on the Racer Report. The next chance for you to see the Racers here on this floor is December 4th against Bethel. That's a 7 o'clock game. In between then, the Racers going to Lipscomb on Monday, which we'll catch up with that game on next week's show, and then got a little time off after that. But Coach, you're a basketball fan. You're a great head coach, but I know you're a score watcher just like I am, and it's always interesting this time of year to see what's happening in the Ohio Valley Conference. So we're going to put up, first of all, the West standings. Of course, OVC's in division this year, and you know, what are your first thoughts about the Racers division here as we've gone in the early part as you see the records?
Well, you know, you look at it right now, and you know, we're off to a good start. You know, wish we could have that Colorado game, but you know, SIUE Edwardsville, I know they're 1-3 right now, but I still think they've got a chance once they get into conference play to be a really dangerous team. You know, Austin P had a couple good wins out of conference. Same with SEMO, Eastern Illinois with a good win yesterday. You know, and so, you know, our side of the league, you never know. You never know who's going to be the strongest. But I think outside of the conference, the whole conference is doing extremely well right now.
Yeah, they've won some games. We've noted that. Tennessee Tech plays at Lipscomb Friday after the Racers play there Monday, and SEMO plays at your old school, Southeastern Louisiana, on Saturday. So then taking a look at the East standings, Belmont finished 3rd in Alaska. They felt the cold like we did. But Jacksonville State seems like James Green really has them playing well. Yeah, the couple surprise teams and that I thought this year would be good. I thought Jacksonville State had a chance to be very good. They have a lot of players back from a team that finished extremely well last year. East Kentucky, you know, they got a great schedule and they're playing extremely well right now and winning games and have a chance this week to go to 6-0. Belmont's terrific. Probably got the best backcourt in the league with Clark and Johnson. So the East is playing extremely well right now. Okay, so there's what's happening in the Ohio Valley Conference as we end the month of November, and now we're going to charge into December and just see what happens. A lot of big games coming up. Okay, so another break here coming up on the Racer Report with Steve Prohm. When we come back, we'll take a look at the schedule ahead for the Racers next.
Explora un nuevo mundo.
여러 가지 경험들을 많이 체험하세요.
आइए और अपना जहां खुद बनाइए.
Ichalocen ukusanga.
عالم جدير بالاكتشافات.
Entdecke deine Welt.
Swój świat do odkrycia.
Dünyanızı keşfedin.
Changzhou lấy đích未来.
Ferestre Veruca Vilagot.
Tất cả những điều tốt đẹp nhất đang chờ đón bạn.
Dunia Anda untuk dijelajahi.
探索你的世界。
Murray State University, your world to explore.
Roof Brothers, a Paducah tradition for 100 years. Roof Brothers, locally owned, family run. Roof Brothers, the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits found anywhere. Roof Brothers, service from selecting that special beverage for that special occasion to a keg party at the lake. Roof Brothers, 2 locations to serve you. Roof Brothers, proud supporters of Murray State Athletics.
back here to wrap things up with Steve Prohm on the Racer Report. Dave Winder with you. And, Coach, as the Racers get into December here, let's take a look at kind of what's coming up. We mentioned we'll catch up with the Lipscomb game next week. Tuesday, the Racers are home against Bethel. That's a 7 o'clock start here. And then the Racers go to Evansville. It's a Saturday afternoon game. And then Western's coming in on December the 16th. The Racers then play their last games before Christmas at Arkansas State and at Dayton. And, Coach, you start kind of looking at that. For as tough a schedule you've had so far in November, December is certainly not going to give you any break.
No, there's not a game on our schedule where you just say, all right, that's a gimme.
Right.
You can win every game. You have a chance to win every game, but if you don't play well, you have a chance to get beat. And, we scheduled that way. We scheduled aggressive this year to get at Old Dominion here, to get Valparaiso here. We got Western Kentucky coming here. But on the flip side of that, you got to go to Dayton. You got to go to Arkansas State, who's picked, very high in the Sun Belt. You got to go to Evansville, which is an extremely hard place to play, but it's a place where hopefully we can travel well there. Mm-hmm. We can travel well to Jonesboro. We can travel well to Dayton, and we can have some support up there. And then we end the month with Valparaiso here, right, which is, I got 2 all-league guys returning from a conference championship team. So we scheduled very well and competitively, and so far so good, but December is going to be a big test for us. Well,
Coach, we've got about a minute left here. One good thing about December, though, is you've got this next week coming up after the Lipscomb game, and I know you're a practice guy. As much as you like games, you like to practice. And you got some time in December where you're going to be able to have extended practice days.
Well, that's the thing. If we just got to get, we're beat up a little bit right now. I mean, everybody knows the situation. We're too short already. Right. So not to harp on that, but now Jeffrey Moss is hurt, and we're battling with that injury right now. So that week off will give us a chance to heal, to get some guys some rest, but it'll also get us a chance to clean up some things we need to get better at on the defensive end, implement some more things defensively and offensively, and just collectively as a whole get better.
Okay, well, the basketball season's off and running, and Coach, great to be with you today on the Racer Report.
Appreciate it, Dave.
So we'll check in with Steve next week, and we'll see you next time on the Racer Report. And as we leave you today, here's the voice of the Racers, Neil Bradley.
Cannon intercepts, gets a 2-on-3 break, drives through 2 defenders, put it up, no, stuffed in by Ed Daniel.
Nice follow by Ed. I think our guards know that if they get it up on the rim, if it's not going to go in, Ed is there to follow up.
Wilson, left side. He finds Fields, whips a no-look in there, stuffed in by Brandon Garrett. On the right side, Cannon, a deep three-pointer. It's good by Cannon from 25 feet. Cannon's first points, left side Cannon. 3 range, doesn't want it, forced up the shot. He got it to go in. Back of the iron, front of the iron, up in the air, and it rattled home. Gilmore, touch pass right corner. Wilson for 3, got it. Finally, Stacey Wilson knocked one down. Cannon with Clark working on him. Gets a pick, sets up for a 3, and hit it. And timeout taken by Steve Prohm as the lead is erased on the 3 by Cannon at 62 all.